Hello. Got a blanket everywhere. All right. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Jenna Knits, weekly live craft and chats. My name is Jenna, if you're new here. And in this little space, we craft and chat for an hour. Sometimes they're chatty, sometimes they're not. Either way, I am your virtual craft buddy for the hour. Today, I am working on a scarf that I've worked on in one of these chats before, but I messed it up, so I had to frog it right when the chat was actually at the end of the chat. I was frogging the whole thing, I think. So I'm starting it over again, and hopefully I don't mess it up too terrible this time. I did just cast it on last night using a cotton yarn from Hook and Needles. They're the monthly subscription box that I use. So if you're interested in that, I'll link it below with a discount code, save you some money. But this is their cotton yarn, and it ends up being a really cool kind of triangular scarf with some yarn over, so some light lacy details in there. But if you feel like being chatty today, let me know in the chat box what you are working on, if anything, or if you're just here to hang out. I like that too. Let me know if you can hear the music too, or if it's too loud or too quiet. I feel like it might be too quiet. Okay, cool. Thank you. How are you this morning? Cold. Yeah, it's cold here too. I think when I woke up this morning, it was like 25 outside, which does not work for me. It's pretty bitter, but doing good otherwise. Come here. Are you working on anything this morning, or are you just kind of hanging out today? I did that the other night, and it was an absolute nightmare. Hanks are so beautiful, but they are such a pain in the butt. It doesn't matter winding it by hand, by a crank. It takes forever. Those knitting chores. Not my favorite part. But I guess when you get into a groove, it is incredibly satisfying to get it done. But man, that's a pain. Oh my gosh. You like the knitting chores? Oh, that's so funny. I have to really truly motivate myself. Like the other night, both kids were asleep, my husband was working, and I was like, okay, now's the time. Let's get this yarn taken care of. The only project I still need to deal with is the sweater I was making for my husband. It's like I have like 5 skeins in that sweater, and I need to frog the whole thing and wind it back up. But yeah, so when I was in the mood, I was able to wind up 12, and some of them were hanks and some of them were just a mess just on the shelf that needed to be cleaned up. But I was able to get 12 done. I was like, okay, I'm done for the next couple of months. I don't want to do this again. Usually, if I mess it up bad enough, I have to have my husband do it because I just get too frazzled and then I end up making it worse. And then you're like having to break it, and then you have 15 skeins of the same, or little mini cakes of the same yarn. Oh my gosh, I would cry. I'm so sorry. That's awful. Well, hopefully you were able to salvage a good bit of it. But that sucks. I'm so sorry. And we don't really have like a moth. I mean, I guess we've never had the temptation much, but now that I'm knitting sweaters, I'm really scared about that. And I don't really know any way to prevent it other than to like always keep your knits in like closed bins or something. Like, how do you even prevent that from happening? I don't want to always make it seem like my clothes are in storage, you know? Luckily, let me fix you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good morning. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I would be absolutely devastated. All of your hard work. But now you get to make some new sweaters. Some positive. I don't know. Oh man. So like just keeping just like little lavender bags in your closet would help. I should do some research. I really should, because I would truly cry. Especially I'm a really slow knitter, as you can see. I would be absolutely devastated if my work and all that time. Good morning if you're just popping in. If you feel like letting me know in the chat what you're working on, or if you have any tips to prevent moths from getting your sweaters, let us know. Thank you for the hearts too. To the end. All right. Why do you look funny? Why do you look funny? Because you are funny. Come here. Trying so hard not to mess this one up again. It's a 20 row repeat, and I've done almost 60 rows. but I'm like so stressed about messing this up again. I really don't want to have to pull it because it's going to look so cool, but I messed it up really bad last time. Good morning. If you're just popping in, let me know in the chat what you're working on. Good morning. Hello, hello. Thank you guys for coming in this morning. Come here. Let me go. Get my magnets all situated. Let's see if you're cool enough for me. Good morning. If you're just popping in, some of us are unraveling stock yarn, and I am working on a scarf, big triangular type scarf. I worked on this in a live before, but I butchered it so bad. So this is my round two, trying it out again to actually read the pattern instead of just pretending like I can memorize 20 rows. Thank you guys for liking the video too. That helps kind of boost it a little bit so that people can find me. So I appreciate you doing that. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate the company as well. It gets quite lonely just knitting in a closet, you know? It's nice knowing other people are wanting the company too. Good morning. Okay, let's see if I mess this up or not. we'll find out if I messed up, I guess. I don't think I did. Now I'm in the part of it where I would start to find out if I just completely ruined this or not. The only thing I don't like about this pattern is it doesn't tell you how many stitches you should have. So there's no way to know unless you're doing the pattern and then you're like, oh, that doesn't make sense, but you're already 80 rows into it. The only thing I don't like about it so far. Hello, if you're just popping in. Feel free to let me know what you're working on in the chat. I think it looks how it's supposed to. We shall find out soon. Where are we at? Back into the end. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's looking like something. I feel like I did make a mistake in my increases somewhere. I feel like I should have more stitches than I do. But I'm not going to frog it this time. We're just going to see what happens. The good thing about this pattern is it uses 3 skeins of yarn, and you pretty much are just knitting them until all of it is gone, which that's my favorite game. Use it until it is gone, and then you don't have it anymore. I am not a fan of the scrap yarn. How do I store it? I have a little project bag. Oh, come here, you. I have a little project bag that I just put all of my scrap yarns, the ones that are like the tiniest little ball left, just in case I'm doing a project that needs like, that much of an orange. But I just keep it in a little project bag, and it's on the shelf up there. And then I just have to hope that in that moment I remember that tiny piece of orange yarn is in there. And I don't end up buying a whole other one. That's my problem, is the out of sight, out of mind situation. So I try to keep everything on display if I can, but the scrap yarns are in a little bag. But like all my whips, I have every single whip displayed, even though it looks horrendous. It looks like a mess right now, but every single one of them is on a shelf. So I know that those are occupied somewhere. And then all of my yarn's on a shelf over there with like our clothes and stuff. Do you have a certain place where you keep your scrap yarns, or do you not really keep them? In a past life, I would have just thrown them away. But then I realized that like there are certain projects like the bird sweaters from Petite Knit that I want to make for the kids, where I literally would need like that much orange for a bird beak, like it could be practical. Keep this stuff. I don't know. 16? Where am I at? 16. Keep getting twisted. Oh, cute. I make little Christmas trees with some of the yarn that I use that I'm like, oh, I don't really care for it for the project I thought. I end up making little Christmas trees. So that's funny. You make little songs. Love it. While I was just thinking that a clear container makes a lot of sense. I should probably label my project bag as a scrap yarn bag so that I'm not one day like, oh, what's in this bag? Because I can 1000% see myself doing that. I'm trying to get myself a little bit more organized in here, but it just takes a minute. Is that how you keep all of your yarn, is in a storage container like that? I've seen that in a lot of videos and stuff, or people just prefer to keep it that way. It's like the most practical way of storing yarn. Come here, you. Come here. What I don't love about the triangle scarves is how curly it all gets. I keep getting all tangled up in myself. I've never made a scarf this shape before, but I feel like I'm gonna like it when it's done. I've also never used cotton yarn before, so this is new for me on both ends. Hello. How are you? If you're working on any projects, let me know what you're working on. I hope so. I'm really hoping so. The scarf is supposed to be massive. So it's 3. Well, there's, 3 in this. 3 of these guys. It's going to be really big and really wide. So I need to get some more blocking mats, I think, because the ones that I currently have can barely do a sweater. But I'm hoping that blocking it and actually pinning it in place instead of just letting it kind of air dry flat on its own will help with the curling. Because there's no ribbing to kind of like solidify the stitches. Hoping that would work. I think I will have to pin it in place though and let it kind of mold to that shape. Which means I'll have to get pins too. I'll just list my Amazon cart. I need blocking pads and I need pins. But hopefully the cotton doesn't take as long as like wool to dry, because I'd like to be able to actually wear this on one of our cold days. Yeah, this will be 2 shades or 2 skeins of this like corally peachy kind of color, and then a gray. So it should look pretty cool, hopefully at the end. These stitches keep twisting each other. Come here. I wish that the picture in the book actually showed like the full scarf too. I can show you this. Mark those because I will forget where I am. I'll show you to the best of this book's ability what it's supposed to look like. So it'll look like that in the end, which is, it's cute. It's very like, I don't know, it's very bright in color, which I wear a lot of like more ashy colors. So I think it'll spice up what I got going on a little bit. I don't know. So it comes with 3 different patterns. So I'm just doing, I need scarves. I don't need baby blankets and purses so much, which are what the other 2 options are. But I do need scarves. So, and I thought that one looked really fun, especially because I just love the look of yarn overs. I think they're so pretty. Just having that little lacy detail is always so nice. My magnet fell off. Come here, you. Come here, you. this is what I have so far with the little lacy pattern. So it's every like 12 rows. There's yarn overs and slip stitches. So, but I am really hoping the curling does calm down a little bit. Where am I? 18. I really don't know how people wear like exclusive wool and mohair combos. I will just like forever have tickles in my nose with this sweater. I can't get rid of the mohair tickles. I don't know if that's just me or if you just get used to constantly feeling like you have fuzzies in your nose. cheeks. Stay. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. I try my best. I'm happy that you're here. Well, we're coming up on the end of the hour, and I am once again finishing a row. That is always so satisfying. But hopefully you were able to unravel some yarn, rewind some yarn, get a couple rows in, whatever you were working on. If you haven't tuned into the lives before, I go live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern for 1 hour to just be a virtual craft buddy. But feel free to share this with your friends that are trying to find a knitting community. If they don't have one around here, I'll go live every week. And then, of course, I post videos as well. But thank you so much for keeping me company today. Same as last weekend. I always appreciate when you show up and keep me company so I can knit not so lonely in my closet. But I will see you all. Oh, goodness. See you all in the next one. Have a good week, guys. Bye.